The DHL Lion Series on 3. Proudly brought to you by Ford.
More dangerous when it's wounded. I've never known anybody to win a three-round fight by just winning one round. So we realise that she's going to be war each other. Hopefully it is.
Really glad to be involved now. This is going to be the biggest game of my career. They are a good side, but if we keep on letting them play, then we are going to make them look good. I think we just have to take the game to them, which we will. Yeah, just hope to get it back to 1-all.
I just don't want to be later on in life and have that saying of what if I did this, what if I did that. I'll just really take this opportunity and grab it by the throat.
Tonight from Middle Earth, it's the Lords of Rugby. Two tribes go to war, the men in black. Are they going to be good enough tonight to wrap up the series and make it 2-0? Or will this be the night that the pride of the British and Irish Lions roar back into action? Desperate men taking desperate measures. Fantastic conditions at Westpac Stadium tonight. It's been fine and dry in the harbour capital all day today. It's cool and clear tonight. Bit of a wind, but that won't affect the winning night for winter rugby. And look at that, a nice royal touch with Prince William in town for the big showdown. Kia ora, welcome to Wellington for the second test of the DHL Lions Series. It's New Zealand against the British and Irish Lions from the stadium. And it's rocking tonight on 3 Sport. I'm Clint Brown, glad you could join us in your home with the All Blacks, free for all. Coming up in the pre-game, we've got Foxy, our telecom stats man, in just a moment. Also tonight, we want you to help us pick the Ford All Black player of the match. That's coming up in our post-match. Of course, being to win the Ford territory and have a crack at getting that Ford All Black experience. And what an experience the last week has been. I mean, a lot can happen in 7 days. We've gone from June to July, had all that talk about that incident, plenty of whinging, and of course a whole starting 15 of changes. 4 to the men in black, 11 to the red shirts. So let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the second test. The guys who could decide the winning and losing of the series.
Tony Woodcock is at loose end with Blues teammate Kevin Mayalamu hooking Greg Somerville in for the injured Carl Heyman. Locking horns with Somerville, the athletic young Welsh bull Gethin Jenkins. Steve Thompson, the hooker. Fellow Englishman Julian White plays tight head. Chris Jack gets his 39th All Black cap in partnership with opening test line-out hero Ali Williams. It's an all-Irish affair in the second row, 26-year-old Donica O'Callaghan and Paul O'Connell. Lucy's Jerry Collins, Rodney So'oialo and Richie McCaw once again don the All Black 6, 8 and 7 jerseys. Opposing them, a completely new Lions loose trio. Simon Easterby and Ryan Jones are both tour replacements, along with Englishman Lewis Moody. Byron Kelleher gets the nod ahead of Justin Marshall for this one. Canterbury's Daniel Carter plays his 20th test. Live wire Welshman Dwayne Peel is retained at halfback with England's World Cup hero Johnny Wilkinson back in his preferred position of first 5'8". The All Black midfield has that solid, familiar look about it with Aaron Major and skipper Tana Rumunga. Welsh pin-up boy Gavin Henson comes into the mix at second 5 in a midfield liaison with new captain Gareth Thomas. Sitiveni Sivavatu is the only remaining outside back from the first test. Nils Muliaina returns at fullback, while it's welcome to the big time Rico Gere. And the Lions have juggled their back 3. Shane Williams comes in on the wing, while Josh Lucy and Jason Robinson swap positions. The All Black bench sees Cantab Campbell Johnston joining the ranks, and Ma'anonu will be keen to strut his stuff in front of the home crowd. The Lions with plenty of experience have required Martin Corrie, Shane Byrne and Stephen Jones, having dropped out of the starting 15 from the first test.
And one of the many All Black legends joining us on 3 Sport for the telecast tonight is our telecom analyst, the stats man, Grant Fox. You've got to love these Lions to us, Foxy. I mean, we smash them, they win dual week, we smash them again, booyah, bring it on.
Well, it's been an interesting week, hasn't it, in the build-up? More for what's been going on off the field than anything to do with, well, one incident on it. But tonight the game will be decided by what happens in 80 minutes out there. What happened during the week has no bearing on the outcome.
Well, first of all, the All Blacks, I mean, despite all the talk, it's interesting that they were still cracking a few jokes during the press conference yesterday. So what does that tell us? That they are really focused and determined to win the series tonight?
Well, yes, it does. This All Black team now has a very calm demeanour about it. It's almost the calm before the storm, but that doesn't mean they're not focused and very intense. They are, and they are well motivated to play well tonight. What about Woodward? I mean, they had so many problems with the line-outs last week. He admits he got it wrong. I mean, are they good enough to win tonight or just save face? Well, a week is a long time in this game and a lot can happen, and he's picked a completely different side, a side to take the All Blacks on running the ball, and it's a great night for it. There's cloudy overhead, a bit of breeze, no dew on the ground, so ball handling conditions will be very good. The All Blacks, of course, will want to take them on as well, so should be a hell of a running game of rugby tonight, we hope. Okay, in your role as a telecom analyst and the telecom stats, we're going to be looking at the hookers who unite for victory tonight. Yeah, Kevin Mialamu, who had a great game last week, both round the track and also with his line-out throwing against Steve Thompson, who's been brought in to bolster the set piece, but not a noted line-out thrower. So that stat tonight should be very interesting. And finally, Foxy, I mean, there's been so much talk about Tana and that actual incident last week. Tension in the build-up. What are we talking about? Red and yellow cards here? Well, I hope we're not talking red and yellow cards, but I certainly think it's likely there'll be a bit of biffo early in the game, and then hopefully that'll get it out of the player's system and they can get on with the game. Okay, more from Grant Fox coming up at half-time on 3 Sport. But don't forget, we want you to help us pick the Ford All Black Player of the Day. If your favourite AB is, say, for example, Tanu Munga, just text us by voting AB13 and send it to 3330. We'll announce the lucky winner. The winners coming up in the post-match. Also, our All Black Player of the Match, of course, being to win 3 double winners with the Ford All Black experience going off to the training sessions before the Tri-Nations test. And, of course, everyone who enters goes in for the grand prize. That's the Ford territory. And by the way, if you do win, you could be travelling on the team bus, and if they win tonight, wouldn't that be a happy bus to be on? Talking of All Blacks, coming up, we've got Frank Bunn sideline, we've got Bull Allen. We're also joined by the former Welsh line, Graham Price, who teams up with Hamish Mackay and the 3 Sport commentators for the call in the first half. The last time they played here was Athletic Park in '93. The Lions won that night. Can they do it again? Overall, Wellington, the All Blacks still have the winning record, 7-2 with 1 draw. So stand in black, New Zealand. Kick-off is next. 3 Sport. It's the free-for-all, and it's about to be all on. Stay with us.
The disappointment I was feeling during the game, because you could see almost after 10-15 minutes this was just not going to be our night. You could feel it. So, you know, when there's kind of no kind of excuses, and you thought you got it right, and then to see it go so wrong, like we weren't even close in the end. And I think, you know, the score flattered us in the end.
I think we got to look inside ourselves as players. We've had, you know, there's been a lot of soul searching between the guys, and you know, guys speaking together about things, and really realising that, you know, we can't go out there really as nice guys on the weekend. You know, wanting to obviously not cross the line, but going out there as nasty people, wanting to hurt them in tackles, wanting to hurt them in rucks, instead of, you know, trying to keep this tag of clean, nice people that we got.
This is one family that'll do anything.
Every time when you run out to play, that's my black jersey, you'll wear it. Every time when you run out to play, it's my black jersey that faring, okay?
The capital city of New Zealand, the Westpac Stadium, a magnificent vista, a sea of red and black. Perhaps more red than we'd like to see on a night where the touring British and Irish Lions attempt to wrap it up at 1-1. And there he is, the man with the weight of the rugby world on his shoulders, Sir Clive Woodward. Gareth Thomas is the skipper, the Welshman, Steve Thompson, Josh Lucy, Lewis Moody, O'Connell. These guys are up for this, the second test. They won the second test back in '93 in Wellington. Ryan Jones. Lions supporters in their thousands. They have made Wellington such a special place to be. Steve Thompson comes into the team at hooker. The line-out was so much in question in Christchurch, 8 against the throw. So Shane Byrne drops out of the hooking position. A World Cup winner comes in at hooker. Gareth Thomas, one of the greats of Welsh rugby. He will captain the side in place of Brian O'Driscoll at centre. And a huge night for him. Gavin Henson coming in on the bench. Plenty of experience. Byrne, Roundtree, Corrie, Martin Williams, the Welshman, Dawson Jones, who played the first test. Standing by for the All Blacks to make their way out onto the track. Onto the Westpac Stadium. Mark the Bull Allen. Here he is, Tana Urunga, Mark the Bull Allen, and Graham Price with me upstairs in the commentary box. Frank Bunce is down sideline. Rodney Soyalo, Kevin Maalamu. All right, Royal Capital City welcome for the hometown hero, Tana Urunga, captain of the men in black. A star of the first test, Bull Allen, Ali Williams, another big one needed from him tonight.
Yes, he's got to prove, Hamish, that he can back up. Second week in a row for him, so that's the big question mark hanging over him, but he had a huge game, and that's the sort of dominance they need in this match tonight, that line-out dominance.
Byron Kelleher comes in at number 9. Well, the word around the traps is that both Justin Marshall and Byron Kelleher were given one test each, obviously, in the first 2 tests as we stand by for the national anthems. Campbell Johnston, the youngster, comes in, the prop forward, with those strong shoulders and a lot riding on them too. Gibbs, Lowaki, Marshall, Nodu,
to sing
McDonald.
the Lion song, Mark Burrows.
Not a bad lineup, and there it is, royalty. We've not only got Frank Bunce, royal blood on the sideline, Prince William here as well.
To be sung by Hayley Westenra.
Passion aplenty on the face of the All Blacks. Hayley Westenra with the national anthem. Isn't she fantastic? Well, it was the big moment in the first test in Christchurch, the haka. So much discussion came from it. Rico Gear into his fourth test match, but there's no doubt about this. It is the biggest one he's ever been involved in. This time they are fully track-suited, the British and Irish Lions, to meet the challenge. Well, the noise is absolutely deafening. What an atmosphere. Quick word, Frank Butt's sideline.
Yes, it's not too bad down here, Hamish. A little bit of wind, blustery, but perfect conditions, dry, no dew on the ground. It's going to be a cracker.
Tana Umaga, so much said about him. Gavin Henson, so much talked about him. Beside him, Simon Easterby, couldn't even make the original tour party. Now he's playing in the test match, which will decide whether we go to a decider. Referee, of course, is Andrew Cole from Australia. Quick word, too, in the three-sport commentary. In 1977, he almost chased a wing down, and he's a prop forward as we look at Byron Keller. Welcome to the three-sport commentary team. Graham Pricey, this side. Bit of Welsh inspiration in there tonight. Can they turn it around?
That's right, I sincerely hope so. There's so much red around this stadium today with the Lions supporters. They've all spent a lot of their money come to support the team, and they certainly deserve a lot better than they got last week.
Exactly. Value for money is what the Lions supporters will be after tonight. 3-on-3, the second test.
Well, we want value for money too, Hamish, don't we? We want to see that All Blacks fire again.
We do need it again, though, and they will need to fire big time. Greg Somerville comes in at tight head with Carl Heyman out with a poison foot injury. So a big night for the man they call Yoda. Gareth Thomas. Andrew Cole says time on. Johnny Wilkinson gets it underway. And coming through, Richie McCaw. And straight away, it's Tana Umaga. Oh, was not fought by the All Blacks. Would like to see what might have happened there. So a scrum, and this will be a telling moment.
Yeah, here's Richie McCaw trying to go high for the ball. Well, appeared to come off his shoulder, didn't it? But went forward, so scrum time. We all love this, don't we, Hamish? Well, all us three in the commentary box up here love it.
Well, it's a front row commentary team. Frank Bunce is down sideline. Look at that 30-kilo difference in those pack weights, with the advantage with the visiting British and Irish Lions.
Be interesting if they target Greg Somerville coming in for Carl Heyman in this match.
Gethin Jenkins, powerful young Welshman on the loose head side. Early possession in the van for Ryan Jones. Good scrum. Peel, Wilkinson, wide across to Gareth Thomas into space. Thomas has support there from Shane Williams. Already the Lions have showed more in the first minute than they did in 80 in Christchurch. Peel, Wilkinson, up to O'Connell, the big lot forward, charging, barging, 10 metres out, more possession for the Lions. Well, they've come to play. Here's Thomas again. He will create havoc all night. He is a class act. He is an inspiration, and he has scored a brilliant try from the skipper.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I thought the way he came through then was absolutely outstanding. exactly what the captain needs to do. He's leading by example.
It's all about having possession, though, isn't it, Pricey? They've had a bit of possession, the Lions, early.
Yeah,
Wilkinson playing halfback, and he just steps off his left foot, and he just comes back inside, and there's gaps galore. And the big fella, the captain, barges on over.
Frank Bunsey ran twice, the second time he scored.
Yeah, certainly what Graham Price has said. It's the captain's knock. He's taken the lead. Great player. He's the kind of player that really is going to inspire. You should see the reaction of the bench players down here. They're just up off their seats. Awesome stuff for the Lions. Pretty poor defence close in, though, from the All Blacks. There were more than enough numbers. But stepped inside and then around Millsy under the post.
You'd have to say, Bunsey, Gareth Thomas wouldn't have believed his luck.
No, well, you know, I mean, he's the type of guy, though, that takes the ball and just makes play for himself. So, you know, you make your own luck at this level.
You certainly make your own luck. The deafening sound of the Lions supporters. What a start by them. Ryan Jones.
Rock. Onside waiting.
Back it comes to Peel.
Ball was out.
Dwayne Peel. Brilliant play from Peel. What a different Lions side we are seeing. He has support. Knocked forward. Brilliantly gathered in, though, by Moody. He looked as though he was going to knock it forward. He picked it up. Here goes Gethin Jenkins. It's a sea of red in the grandstand and a sea of red out on the park. Here it is again for Peel. Wilkinson. Thomas again. Daniel Carter just held up his progress. Peel. More ball for the Lions. No possession yet for the All Blacks. Well, Richie McCaw came through and pilfered that one, but the referee says nope. Penalty to the Lions. This is kickable.
On your feet.
Well, Graham Price, there certainly seems to be a lot more passionate Lions team there. They've started with a hiss and a roar, and they're playing with a bit of venom, aren't they?
Well, it's a completely different team to last week, and they've gone out with a completely different mentality. They've certainly come to take the game to the All Blacks.
And take it to the Mayor. This is beautiful. Forward replay. Well, that was, yeah, Richie McCaw. There had to be a penalty. There was no doubt about that. Wilkinson lines up the penalty attempt. Any wind down there, Frank?
Yeah, there is a little bit of wind. It's all over the place, though, swirling. I think we saw Johnny Wilkinson out here quite a while before kick-off practicing, so he's obviously got to read on the conditions.
Dwayne Peel opening up the defence, Hamish.
Yeah, plenty of holes there early, and they're going through them. Like a runaway train as Wilkinson looks to take it out to 10-0. Well, not really that surprising, is it? Ryan Jones said as we wait for the kick. He's just off the upright. Oh, brilliant chasing by one of the Lions in there. And that'll be a penalty. Well, that's full frontal lobotomy stuff. By O'Connell. He's ruined all the good work of Robinson, was it?
Yeah, Jason Robinson, he chased it.
Well, it was the big lock forward, O'Connell, who came in, who is in 5, just as a change to the program.
And you went right
and
over.
of course, he should have perhaps got another yellow card for that effort. He got one in the first test. Paul O'Connell, just a little bit of rush of blood. And of course, what this does is give the All Blacks a chance to just suck it in and slow it down, because they need to do just that. As Carter finds it. Now the line-out, looking forward to this. Well, there it comes off the upright on the forward replay. Robinson, great work.
Oh, that was a fantastic effort. He's not a tall man. Oh, gee, leaped from about 2 metres back. Looked good on a basketball court going for a slam dunk, but not on a rugby field.
Okay, Kevin Mayalamu has the throw to the line-out. Ryan Jones called it the last game on earth, and the Lions are playing like that. Well, Kevin Mayalamu suggesting they can't hear the call. We can hardly hear ourselves here. Jerry Collins.
Roll away 8.
Chance to crunch it up. Back for Carter. Onto the left foot. Lovely kick, and Lucy has to go back for this.
Out the tag. Come back.
He put plenty on it too. Brilliantly taken, Mills Muliaina. 7 minutes gone, 7-0 the Lions lead the All Blacks. Major with the kick in behind, down the wing of the 5-try hero against Manawatu. It's going to go too far. Shane Williams will watch this one. And he just dotted it down. We'll come all the way back for an earlier penalty infringement.
Number 8.
Well, the early start, Graham Price, it's warmed the cockles of your heart, hasn't it?
Well, it certainly has. I mean, this reminds me of 77 when we played in the second test, where we threw everything at the All Blacks then and just hung on to the lead for the rest of the game. I hope it's not going to be so nerve-wracking as that.
And it was nerve-wracking in 93 too, when the Lions won here in Wellington.
These Lions players, Hamish must have read some of those articles in the paper during the week. JPR Williams was very scathing of the Lions' effort. But Mills Muliaina here in the forward replay, absolutely superb, coming forward to take that kick. Courageous take from him, brilliant stuff.
Daniel Carter with a kick of 42 metres. And it's free on 3. There's big Donica O'Callaghan, the young lock forward from Ireland, the 2 Irish locks in this outfit. Who would have believed it? Gareth Thomas scoring the try early on. Carter. Chance to draw it back to 4 points. It'll have the distance. It'll have the accuracy. The flags go up 7-3.
Well, that's a good reply from the All Blacks. They've had all the early pressure on them. One opportunity in the Lions' half, and they nailed 3 points. So that'll get their confidence up.
It was no surprise that the Lions were going to start this way. But the All Blacks, really, they just have to settle in, weather the storm.
Well, that's it, Bunsey. Early days yet, isn't it?
Oh, certainly is a long way to go.
And if you can trust anybody to weather the storm, Richie McCaw will. Back it comes to Carter. Major checks himself and then puts the kick down to Shane Williams. A knock on him there by Wilkinson. Well, the referees missed that. Here it is for Dwayne Peel. O'Connell. Paul O'Connell, the big Irishman. Wilkinson. Ryan Jones, what an impression he has made since joining this tour as a replacement. Goodness only knows why he wasn't in the original tour squad. Well, you've got to say, ball out there. It is frisky, it is willing. Sooner or later, there were fireworks in the build-up. I'm not so sure it won't be too long before we see some more. We're seeing it in general play.
Well, Hamish, there's been a lot of talk through the media, through the public all week. It's no surprise it's leaking into the game. You know, a fair bit of pride was hurt from the Lions' effort last week, so it's no wonder they're fired up, mate. And when you see JPR Williams and co calling them pathetic and calling Clive Woodward an average player and a worse coach, it's no wonder there's a bit of venom out there.
Venom is the word. Plenty of it from both sides.
And good work in the forward replay by the All Blacks, just going forward, good abrasive tackling, really putting some pressure on the Lions.
Well, they've had to soak up some early pressure, the All Blacks. And it's high rev Kev with the throw, all the early possession with the Lions, 74% of it. Downtown, and one against the throw.
By Steve Thompson.
Steve Thompson, the hooker.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful take by Thompson. Who said he can't handle the lineouts?
That's a great leap from a guy who's about 6'2" and 118 kilos.
Well, this is what the All Blacks were doing to the Lions last week. Turn around this week, Graham Price.
That must be an omen, just to win one line out on the opposition's throw-in. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, it was a little bit of argy-bargy, but he got away with it, and that's what the game's about from Ryan Jones.
Great call, Hamish.
Here he goes again, the raw-bone hombre. We love him. He might have been held up here, and he's, well, has he turned it over? He has. I put the commentator's mocker on the young number 8. This is good for the All Blacks, a chance once again to slow it down.
There's a lot more stuff going on off the ball this week, Bunsey, isn't there? There's a lot more collisions. Last week was a bit passive at times.
Well, it was a bit passive from the Lions' point of view last week, but
exactly.
Certainly not this week.
Well, that's what was so disappointing, wasn't it? You know, at times the Lions were pussies, not this week. This is the Lions that we know and love.
Well, Hamish, all tour we've been waiting for this Lions forward back
to front up,
yeah,
to muscle up and put it on, and we're seeing it. We're loving it.
Exactly. That's what we want to see. Good All Black scrum, solid as a rock.
Carter. That's perfectly weighted. Pressure on Robinson, who's already done more tonight in about 10 minutes than he did all last week. And you can say that about most of the Lions. Of course, there are pressure on them here. A whole heap of changes. All Blacks pouring in. Knock forward, attacking scrum for the men in black.
Yeah, a little knock on in there. I think it was Dwayne Peel, wasn't it? The little Welsh halfback. Beautifully weighted kick, as we see in the forward replay from Carter. Thought it was going to be a bit big, but Robinson almost got himself out of jail. Bet a couple of early tackles, but none other than Richie McCaw was there to nail him, as always.
Good scrum, the All Blacks. Back set right, ready to explode. Carter. Sitiveni, Sivivatu, Muliaina, Rico Gear with a little bit of space, but across comes Henson, makes the tackle. Lovely spot tackle from Gavin Henson.
Yes, All Blacks just starting to get into their game, getting a little bit of possession. Field position. Just see a nice wide move. Just broke down a little bit there where Muliaina had to stop. But Rico Gear taken out nicely there by covering Gavin Henson.
Good to see Sitiveni Sivivatu coming in from the left wing, trying to create space.
Yeah, but I know what Graham Price wants to see. Good to see this guy getting in there and putting in a big tackle, Henson.
That's right, yeah. I mean, he's had a big game in him all through the tour, and let's hope it's going to be his night. But I noticed the All Blacks have had a couple of good scrums now, and they're starting to settle down from the early fire that the Lions were throwing at them.
This will be a crucial line-out for the Lions. One, they'll need to win and give themselves a bit of security, because John Graham sitting there with Prince William over the back they go. Good old line-out variety. They've won one against the throw already, the Lions. Back for Johnny Wilkinson. Rico Gear takes the quick one. Muliaina. Mills Muliaina back in the test starting 15 as it comes across. Sitiveni Sivivatu looked after by the try-scoring Gareth Thomas up towards the 22. Gallagher, Kevin Mayalamu, McCaw, Richie McCaw, Scrag down. Oh, McCaw has gone down. Doesn't look at all happy as it comes across to Jerry Collins. The All Blacks with numbers to the left there. McCaw slow to get to his feet. Sivivatu pops the pass back in field to Somerville. And just lost forward here. Peel, Henson, penalty to the All Blacks.
No, come through the gate. Back you go. Through the gate. Through the gate. No, back you go. Number 2.
Yeah, Richie McCaw
said it. He was slow to get to his feet, and he is not happy.
A head wound there, Hamish. Bit of blood coming out. But one thing I noticed in that passage of play, Hamish, lots of good continuity, but the ease in which the All Blacks were clearing the ball from the breakdown. There was no pressure from the Lions. The All Blacks were blowing over the ball, and Byron Keller had all the time in the world to clear the ball.
Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's an All Black boot. I think that might be an All Black boot that's done that accidentally. Ali Williams.
Yes, the sprigs on his heel just caught him as he tried to jump over there. Absolutely accidental. It won't be anything serious. They'll whack a couple of stitches and on the sideline and they carry on these days, don't they, Pricey?
Yeah, that's right. Throw him back out there afterwards, yeah.
So Carter with the penalty.
Ali Williams has probably got size 17 feet or something, so it's pretty hard to miss anything when you're tromping away like that.
Well, Bunce, he said he wasn't going to ruck the opposition, let alone his own players, mate, so we'll take that as being accidental.
Well, we've got Sione Lauaki just looking, he's ready to go on in case Richie McCaw has to come off.
Well, I know all about it if Lauaki goes out there in terms of impact. Carter comes in. Nicely done. Second penalty, just the 1 point in it. 7-6. It's cooking at the Cape Town.
Well, no mucking around. Richie McCaw taped up, ready for more business. You've been impressed with the Lions start, Pricey, but the wind's gone out of their sails a little bit the last 5 or so minutes. All Blacks sustained the pressure, working back in.
The All Blacks are getting more possession now, and they're controlling the game a little bit better. But the way Lewis Moody went into there, I'm sure he means business now.
Well, I mentioned it earlier that Richie McCaw's got an opponent tonight in the form of Lewis Moody, who played in that England team that beat the All Blacks at Twickenham. Well, Richie McCaw looks like he's been in the wars already. Look, very even in terms of territory. There's Lewis Moody. How on earth he wasn't... Well, of course, he had a little bit of an injury concern earlier on in the tour. But you just wonder, on the evidence we've seen in the 17 minutes of this match so far, how on earth that team went out on the park last week in Christchurch.
Hamish, you've just hit the nail on the head, mate, for sure.
Right now, these guys are saving Sir Clive Woodward's bacon. Wilkinson.
In the tour.
Turnover. Umanga. Tana Umanga. Here it is for Carter. Carter pushes off Henson. He's got support. Carter. Daniel Carter gets the pass back in field. And it's the skipper. Actions speak louder than words.
Well, guys, I'm looking forward to looking at this again on the forward replay. Yeah, ball went loose. Tana Rumanga started, and Dan Carter just backed himself. We know he's big and strong and got pace, but he really backed himself to the hill here. Had numbers outside, inside, stacked up. Great support play from the All Blacks. And Tana Rumanga took the final pass, started it, and finished the job.
Yeah, just having a look at the forward replay there. Just the front-on angle. Well aware of where his support was. I'm sure he could hear just any number of voices calling for that ball, but the perfect pass inside to captain Tana Umanga, and a lot of other support there from the All Blacks. A great try, all starting from a turnover from good defensive pressure on the Lions captain Gareth Thomas.
Okay, Carter with the conversion attempt, lining it up. He started it with a lovely run, bumping off Henson. Umanga there to score the try, to give the All Blacks their lead. 11-7 chance to make it 13-7. Flags go up. The All Blacks lead the Lions by 13 points to 7. Back underway. The All Blacks with the lead for the first time in the match. Took 18 minutes or so.
Great take from Richie McCaw.
Back to Major.
Holding, you're on now.
We have got a hell of a second test on our hands here. Jason Robinson with the kick back towards Muliaina. Or was he taken late? He went down in a heap. And it's into touch. 13-7, still nothing in it.
I didn't see anything.
I don't want to put the kibosh on it, Hamish, but wasn't it great in the first test? No interaction or intervention from the touch judges.
Got to get it in quicker.
Well, Jason Robinson.
There's no doubt about that. He was taken out with the shoulder charge, wasn't he?
Yeah. How they missed that.
That was quite cynical, that the two of them just sandwiched him.
Here's Carter again. This is going to be an All Black tactic. Carter taking on the line. Umanga the try scorer.
Roll off at 2.
Harley Williams. Greg Somerville, handy replacement to come in for Carl Heyman, isn't he? Here's Big Jacko.
Come back around 2. Leave it red.
Yeah, it's probably the turn of the Lions to start just absorbing this pressure and maybe force a turnover. 20 minutes gone. Possession just in favour now of the All Blacks after that thunderous start. And the kick wide for Rico Gear to give chase, and it will run into touch. Lions defensive line out.
The worrying thing, I think, Hamish, for the Lions at the moment is they're not putting any pressure on the ball in the tackle situation. The All Blacks are clearing it with ease. Good change of tactics here in the forward replay, with the ball beating Rico Gear into touch.
Steve Thompson with the throw. Again, it's the same tactic. Over the back to Ryan Jones. The safe hands. Wilkinson just steps away. And a penalty.
The thing is, Hamish, with that throw, it works well in terms of securing it, but there's still a lot of pressure to clear it from the in-goal area to the touchline, as opposed, why don't they hit a 2 and get a drive going so they can get some meterage up the field? They're putting a lot of pressure on themselves, the Lions.
Jim McCall with the claret just pouring down his face from that incident where he copped the sprigs accidentally from Ali Williams.
Yes, he'll probably...
I wonder what spin Alistair Campbell would put on that. Something, I'm sure, if he was the All Black spin doctor.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too long before he's asked to come off and get it done properly. Sonia Lowacki warming up.
There he is.
Just staying mobile.
We know the Tour de France is about to get underway, but I think he's got other things on his mind, Sione Lowacki.
I bet those pedals are feeling a bit of pressure from the big fella. They're getting a bit hot.
I can't wait to see those big Kauri tree thighs get pumping. Here they go again. Oh, that was a brilliant one-handed take under the pressure there. Peel takes the quick one. It was always going to boil. Here we go. The 99 call from somebody.
Stay out. Number 6.
Oh, there was a boot. Somebody put a boot. I don't know. I've seen something pretty ugly in there.
Just get back. Just get back.
Well, we knew this was all the pre-match talk. You heard it. Talking to Grant Fox.
Well,
this was predicted.
It's all about enforcing your will on the game. And 1 and all in, and that just shows a bit of team spirit there from the Lions. They're not taking any rubbish.
Of course, Pricey, this just used to be sort of par for the course, didn't it? A bit of sorting out.
Well, that's right. I remember on the 74 tour, it was a 99 call.
And then everyone jumped in. So
yeah, something similar.
7 didn't hear the whistle, 9 didn't hear it. Nice, calm down, everyone relax and take a bit of time, mate. We're all right.
This is where it all started. Jumping across the man there.
Exactly, a lot of push and shove. Yeah. Hopefully that's out of your system, but when the whistle goes, the guys stop playing. Both of them. All right, both teams went on after the whistle. All right, we're going back here to the original penalty. Go on the mark, all right? A lot of that would have been prevented if you went on the mark. Oh yeah, on the 15.
Of course, the referee is Andrew Cole, the 44-year-old former dentist.
Well, no harm done, Hamish. They just carry on.
He's out.
Well, so far this tour has been a non-stop root canal for the British and Irish Lions, but maybe they're about to change that here. Certainly they're far more competitive in the second test. Tap ball taken in by O'Connell. Lost forward though. Oh, a costly mistake.
Yeah, Steve Thompson finding his jumpers fairly well. That was just a basic error there. Had the ball under control and then somehow just lost it. Tap down there, planned move by the look of it.
Crouch and hold.
Yeah.
Engage.
An unfortunate mistake for the Lions. Had momentum going their way.
Off the scrum.
Oh, they turned it over the Lions.
Oh, great work. Here he goes. Geez, getting through some work. O'Connell. Here it is for Thompson. Wilkinson. Not shy about getting involved in the close quarter exchanges. Johnny Wilkinson. Now Gareth Thomas, the try scorer.
Good tackle, Dan Carter.
The man who's played 80-odd test matches.
83 for Wales.
O'Connell taking the pass from Ryan Jones. Peel. Chance here. Shane Williams. Gethin Jenkins in support. Thompson. The fatties out wide. The Lions pour inside the All Black 22. Just 10 metres out. Big numbers set to the right. And that is clearly offside. So it'll be a penalty to the Lions. But they'll want to try and use their advantage. Johnny Wilkinson with the drop goal. Well, they'll come back, they'll have the penalty. And one would imagine they'll take the 3 on offer.
You can't come through.
Let's not make it Graham Price. A bit of fire in the belly.
That's right, that dust-up seems to spark the Lions. They've come right back into the game once again.
They like that 99 stuff.
Well, it helps, you know, gets the old blood flowing in the veins, isn't it?
Nothing wrong. It's a physical game with all the cameras and replays. It's something that's been lost a little bit.
Well, they're backing each other up, something they certainly didn't do last week.
That's right. I mean, if they'd made this start last week, I mean, it could have been a totally different result.
And this was a tight head, Pricey, so that's one up to the Lions scrum.
Hell, I hope we're not going back to three-man scrums like in 77 where Mr. G. Price was had a bit of a hand in that.
I'm sure it was just the front row couldn't count in those days.
Well, of course, a bit of biffo. We've got the Fight for Life coming up on Free Sport Thursday night. Looking forward to that. We've had a bit of an entree here. Plenty of fight in both these teams. Wilkinson. Well, how good is Johnny? Up go the flags. We have got an absolute rip snorter on our hands at the Westpac Stadium in the capital city. 13-10, just a 3 in it.
Well, other sort of kicks you've got to make count. That was a difficult kick, and he made it look easy, Pricey.
Well, yeah, the guy's great under pressure, isn't he? Johnny Wilkinson. I mean, he showed it so many times before.
And doesn't he look so much more comfortable in the number 10 jersey? He's playing such a bigger role in this match.
And so much more comfortable with the ball he's getting as well. Oh, another just error there, lost forward.
Leave it, Fred, leave it, Fred.
Couple of mistakes with the skills that are proving costly, and the All Blacks will get a chance to grab 3 back.
They had the advantage. Get away from the ball.
Yeah, it's small mistakes like that isn't helping the Lions' cause, is it? There was really no need to be holding on to that.
Can you feel that friction down there, Bunsey?
Yeah, she's all go, actually.
And the thing is, too, Bunsey, that they've lost the initiative, haven't they? They just worked their way back into a good position, the Lions. Bad handling there in the forward replay, and then they're all over it. That's a real waste for them.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, they'd lost the ball. They just need to back their defence in that situation. But now they're a likely 3-point loss.
So Carter has already nailed 2 penalties. Four successful kicks already tonight for Daniel Carter. And the All Blacks back out to a 6-point advantage, 16-10.
Well, the points seem to be going at the moment with whoever's got possession. It's all about applying the pressure to the opposition, and it's swinging back and forth a bit at the moment, isn't it, Price?
That's right, yeah, the Lions forwards did well at that scrum to get a turnover and break the pressure, but we too easily allowed the pressure to get back to us.
It's interesting, from the last 3 kickoffs, Richie McCaw has received the ball.
Oh, it's a turnover, though. You don't see that very often. Back for Wilkinson. The drop goal, then he's pushed it to the left. What a waste. Well, I thought, I'd like to see the replay here. What sort of numbers he had cooking up towards the left. Here we go. We're only going to see. Yeah, well, they were wide.
Yeah, he had a huge gap there. I guess it was worth it. A quick 3 points, a quick answer to the All Black penalty. They still get the ball back.
Bounces away from Ryan Jones, loses about 8 or 10 metres. Now he gets it, shifts it across to Lucy.
Out the 10, come back.
Josh Lucy competing, oh, brilliantly. Josh Lucy, what brilliant play in the air, funnily enough, from the RAF fighter pilot.
Get out of it.
Well, you could tell by the way the Lions went in there rucking. There was hands in there from the All Blacks.
Get back.
They're very vigorous from their approach to get that ball out of there.
Back you go. Number 5. Get 5. Same thing. Roll on.
Both teams just need to keep their composure at this stage.
Well, they do. But I don't think there's too much in it. We're not playing tiddlywinks, are we? That's been said once or twice before.
No, it's just a bit of gentle pushing and shoving and a bit of chatting.
I like the way, as we look at this, this guy is, once again, Jerry Collins has committed he didn't make any effort to get out of the way. I suppose you could say Lucy ran into him, but that was great play from the fullback. So Wilkinson, 42 metres, the kick. Love the pose, Johnny.
All the kids copied in the schoolyard though, Hamish.
Oh.
They love it.
He's got the distance. Oh, the sea of red goes up. Graham Price has got a mile-wide smile. Just 3 points in it. The Lions have turned up, Pricey.
It seems every time we have a bit of a dust-up, we come out on top. I hope they keep it up if that's the case.
This is 3-on-3, the second test. Richie McCaw.
How many kickoffs has this guy taken tonight?
Somerville. Steve Thompson, the tackler.
Leave it forward, Red.
Kelleher, short side to Kevin Mayalamu.
Oh, he always makes valuable meters, Kevin Mayalamu.
Richie McCaw, great tackle, O'Connell.
Onside.
Collins. And numbers here. Byron Kelleher. Kelleher has support. Dragged down. Well, he needed to give the pass. And it's going to be an attacking scrum for the All Blacks. He had support, just couldn't quite get the pass away, backed himself. Now let's go to Thomas asking about here.
He's not happy.
No, he's just saying that he had to let go.
You've got to get up first.
Thomas not happy.
Okay, let's have a look on the forward replay.
Kelleher showing a good turn of pace. Just pushes off Williams with absolute ease. And the old lights, just the eyes lit up. He thought he was in, but he had a man outside, didn't he?
Right, did he release? Was he allowed to release? It's always one of those 50-50 calls. Kelleher is about to get up after having a little bit of treatment.
I'd suggest he didn't release, Hamish. He seemed to be holding that ball for a fairly long time, so the Lions justly feel a bit hard done by there.
I think it was a wasted opportunity as well. He had a man out wide and he didn't take him up.
Yeah, Rodney Solialo, the homeboy, was lurking in support.
Stand up. No ball. No ball. Stand up.
Of course, the Lions scrum started to come back into it after some good scrums from the All Blacks earlier, and then the Lions took a tight hit.
Well, I believe in the first test there wasn't much in it, and it's very much the same tonight, but that's a great solid scrum from the All Blacks, and they're having a go.
Trying to get that second shunt on. Carter. Umaga. Carter on the double around. Oh, great spot tackle from Jason Robinson. Sitivini Sivivatu one-on-one with Williams. The new Lord of the Wings.
Well, the move seemed to be shut down, but the All Blacks, they somehow got it out to Sivivatu. Aaron Major seemed to die there, but he flicked it up to Rico Gear, who came in from the right wing. And Sivivatu had a lot of work to do, goes between Wilkinson and Williams. He's a big, strong winger as well as having pace. A very well-worked move. Robinson almost shut it down, but Rico Gear, he came round and the netball pass out wide. And you can't afford to give this man space. He can step, he can run, and he can muscle it over. Fantastic try.
Yeah, where do you get these guys from? We're searching for one or two wins. I mean, you've got a whole lot for them.
Just go to Fiji, mate.
Okay, it's going to be some fancy. We're just having a listen to Andrew Cole here for a moment.
He's the wrong man there.
Okay, all right. But let's go with the ball, play the whistle. The same.
It's not the first time that this guy's been spoken to, the big ginge. Paul O'Connell, he's out of work, just you need to watch himself. As Carter lines up the conversion attempt. Graham Price to that pretty crucial, closing in on half-time that try.
That's right, and I thought the Blacks did wonderfully well to keep the ball alive. He could have played at any time, but Major, I thought he was a guy who kept it going. He could have died with him.
So Carter with the conversion attempt. He's been dead-eyed Dick tonight. Chance to take it out to 10 points. Perfect angle, and it just drifts away. So the try scored by Sitivini Sivivatu 21-13.
Yeah, just nice having a look. It was good ball play, forcing the Lions defenders to come in. A lot of All Blacks involved, and it's hard to stop. He almost lost the ball going over the try line, but certainly hard to stop coming off his left foot that close to the line.
Johnny Wilkinson back underway. McCaw just juggles it this time.
Holding 13.
And
you're on now. You're on. Oh, shit.
Major. A little bit of a collision there between Richie McCaw and Dana Rumunga. Added to the sound effects, you might say.
Step over, Black.
Still 5 remaining.
Step over.
Well, the Lions would love to get something back before half-time. Graham Roundtree here on the bench. Quick one to the front. Got to go to the 5. And it didn't. The All Blacks crank it up through Jerry Collins. Easterby makes the tackle. 10-metre line. Lions territory. Woody Woodcock. Oof. Good tackle on Carter from Lewis Moody. Major. And a coming across Lucy can only take it into touch.
Yeah, well, the kick's only as good as its chasers, and Sivivati put all sorts of pressure on there.
5 metres.
Well done by Major. Beautiful stuff.
Step over. Red.
Great end on angle here. The ball just sitting up there. And Lucy takes it over.
Kicked through by Thompson. So an untidy All Black lineup, but here's Sivivati.
Onside, Red. Hands off. Rock. Hands off. Onside.
Major to Carter, a bit wider this time. Mills, Muliaina. Henson the tackler.
Let it go.
Lions get there in numbers. Pops out on the All Black side, and they have numbers to the left if they can shift it. Jerry Collins to Rodney Soyalo. Lucy getting back here. Has read this one well.
Out the 10. Holding. Holding.
Not going to go out. Kelleher. Major. Wide to Chris Jack. Gareth Thomas all over him like a rash.
Good Lions D, Hamish, coming up.
Number 8.
And a kick in behind. Rico Gear giving chase. Nice kick by Aaron Kelleher. Sensible, controlling play from the All Black halfback.
They're just mixing up the play well, aren't they, Bunty?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we've seen that kick quite a lot. And I guess it's a tactic of theirs, turning Shane Williams around. They know he probably likes to defend, being a smaller man, likes to defend right up close. So it's a good tactic, and they've gained quite good ground out of it.
Aaron Major just getting a little bit of attention in back plate as the Lions have the defensive line out. 3 minutes remain in the first half. That's the one. Paul O'Connell pulls it in, 2 hands.
I'm surprised they haven't used that earlier, Hamish, because they can create a drive here, get some go forward, which they need, particularly when they're hard on defence.
Leave it 1, leave it 1.
Looks like Ma'amonu's on the sideline ready to go on. He's stripped down. Haven't seen any.
Well, Aaron Major's not right, Frank. I've just noticed he got some treatment.
Yeah, he's getting back very slowly, and he's coming off.
I think it's over for Aaron Major. It is. Unless he's going to join the line out.
Hold him there.
Wow, this puts a different conflict. Aaron Major, his test is over. Number, what, 4 or 5, is it?
Well, you might not see so many grubber kicks coming through now. You might see a lot more stepping and jive.
It's 2 totally different players, aren't they? Ma'amonu just all-out attack.
Can we get a 10 or 2 here?
Well, Ma'amonu, of course, he'll tell you how good his kicking game is.
21.
All Islanders do.
Steve Thompson just having some adjustment. So this one, there's a bit of a question over the stuff. Let's just have a look.
No, we're in 12
This is a real pity, really, to say has to happen, because obviously now Muliaina will go into the midfield. Umaga will move into it. Leon McDonald to fullback. Well, you might was the logical thing to have happen, and it has happened, but it's a big for Martin. So they go back to the bench.
And it's his captain, just quickly.
I wonder if we can do that. All a little bit strange. Something for Alistair Campbell to think about. Leon McDonald. Onside. Umaga. Rico Gear with Kevin Mailama in support out wide.
Good turn up from the hooker.
Yoda.
Ball was out.
Ball out. Rico Gear puts his head down. Mailama back for Rico, runs into Donica O'Callaghan.
Onside.
Rodney Sawyer.
Let it go, Red. Let it go.
How much has he grown as a player since that test match against the English here a couple of years ago? Kelleher up to the 22. Somerville, the first receiver, crunching, aggressive Lions defence. They need to hang on before half-time. They would have to let the All Blacks in again. That would be a nightmare situation. Carter, Umaga, Easterby the tackler, turnover, Easterby's got it. Yes, had to be a penalty to the All Blacks, holding that in there. After Easterby had claimed it on the ground, Umaga a little bit isolated.
Good line of defence, Hamish. They kept their structure, they kept their formation across the field, and they actually backed their defence.
That's right, the All Blacks are getting into a rhythm. But the Lions defence held well and didn't need to be up on the field.
From the Lions, it goes into touch, and referee Edward Cole says that is half-time at the Westpac Stadium in Wellington. 21-13, the All Blacks lead.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes.
Yes, wasn't that a sweet, in-your-face five-pointer by the All Black captain who's got so much flack this week, but man, what a way to bounce back. Welcome back to 3 Sport, half-time, and it's one of these great games that actually lives up and goes beyond all the hype, so let's check out the half-time highlights with Hamish Mackay.
And responding to the hype, it was the inspirational Welshman, Gareth Thomas, who split the All Black defence very early on for an outstanding try by the Lions. The skipper, then the turnover forced by the All Blacks. Major involved Umaga, then Dan Carter. Strong, bullocking run from the first 5'8" with all the pace. Henson gave chase bravely, but Umaga in support for the try. The skippers in the scoring action, then Byron Kelleher with a little dart down the blind side, had the support, tried to go all the way on his own. Couldn't quite make it. Then some great work here. A miracle ball from Major to Rico Gear, and then out to the new Lord of the Wings, Sinavini Shivavatu. Fantastic skills to hold on to that ball there. So looking at the stats at half-time, 21-13, 58% of the territory, 62% of the possession. Pretty much even throughout, really. Not a hell of a lot in it. In terms of turnovers, line-outs pretty even. So too penalties. There's the team stats. Now let's have a look at the telecom stats with Clinton Foxey.
Get the latest intelligence from Telecom Stats and unite for victory.
Yes, we're back with our telecom analyst, Grant Fox. OK, before we take a look at the numbers and the telecom stats, Foxy, what's your reaction to that first half, mate? It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it is. You're right. It's lived up to its expectation. I mean, it's a fantastic night for this sort of game, and both teams are having a go. All Blacks are dominating the game at the moment because they're dominating possession and field position, but gee, there's a tough 40 minutes to come yet.
Right, let's take a look at the performance of the hookers so far, the big battle between Kevin Mialamu and Steve Thompson.
Yeah, we're looking at three stats at the moment: the tackles, the contact area, and the position specific. And if we go to tackles first, you'll see here that Mialamu's made 3, Thompson's made 5, none missed each, and turnovers none each as well, against historic average of 8.75, 1.25. So they're nearly halfway there. Thompson a little bit more work to do. As we look at the hit up, Mialamu's hit up 3 times, no offloads. Thompson twice with no offloads. Mialamu, I'd expect that stat to be a little bit higher and look for that in the second half to improve. Go to position specific, a little bit of a turnaround from last week. The All Blacks have lost 2 of their own throws. 5 line-outs, 1 in total. Thompson's only lost 1, so he's done all right. It's been on the money mostly tonight. Again, the Lions have won 6 line-outs, so they've got a better platform at line-out anyway, the Lions this week, compared to last week.
All right, we'll be back with Foxy in the post-match to wrap up the story of the stats, but don't forget, here's your chance to watch and win tonight with the Ford All Black Experience on 3 Sport.
Which All Black earned his jersey? Who's your player of the day? 3 Sport and Ford bring you the chance to win one of 3 Ford All Blacks experiences by voting for your player of the day. Be part of the All Blacks as they prepare for the Tri-Nations, their intensive training.
Once in a lifetime experience, I think, yeah.
And hang out with the team. Plus, all votes go into the draw for the grand prize to win the All Blacks Ford territory. Be watching the 3rd Lions Test on July the 9th to see if you've won. Simply text the player number to 3330 and you're in the draw to win one of 3 Ford All Blacks experiences. Be watching 3 after the game to see if you're a winner.
Right, they're singing in the valley. Stay with us on 3 Sport. Back with the second half right after this.
Good evening. Well, the high responsible for the fine weather now begins to track out here to the east. More of a northerly flow of wind over the country. We've got fronts here as well, this one affecting the South Island. Now in the south tomorrow morning, we've got plenty of cloud about here. Heavier falls for the fields and up the west coast. Showers out to the east about the Canterbury Plains in the afternoon, but becoming fine in the deep south. As for the North Island, we've got fine weather for most areas to begin with. Cloud thickening throughout the day. Showers out to the west and the north, which will get a little heavier towards the evening. Enjoy your night. I'll catch you tomorrow.
The Barmy Army has landed on our shores.
Bring the flowers. Water for a cup of tea. Cheers. And frost.
Follow these steps. Firstly, don't panic. There'll be regular blackouts. Please take these seriously. Always keep a lookout for Johnny Foreigner. Remember, careless talk costs rise. Use your telecom mobile to get the latest frontline intelligence. And be aware, the Barmy Army isn't above using gas, so please stay vigilant.
Get behind the All Blacks with telecom and your night of victory.
Forget all the chest beating over sales and swing into Bunnings Warehouse for the lowest prices every day. 340-gram damp red starter pack, an amazing $6.54. Trusty passage set, only $8.34. Folding workbench and vise, just $23.86. 4 litres of Dulux ceiling paint for $39.95. 4 outlet powerboard, a low $5. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Ah, 51, we've been expecting you. There she is, the Holden Rodeo. Based on the bulletproof workhorse. Do pay attention, 51. Roll bars, rocket launchers, 6-speaker CD.
Looks like you've thought of everything.
Not quite.
Truth serum?
Car wax. Bring it back clean, 51. Oh, grow up, 51.
Everyone has a passion. What's yours? What's your buzz? Your dream? This is ours. BP Ultimate. 98 octane unleaded, smoother acceleration, cleaner engine. BP Ultimate. It's our ultimate. What's yours?
There's no doubt about you.
Did you see it? There's a sequel called Utu. I've had enough of you, Vince. I'm off.
Oh, don't be an egg, you're a bit pissed.
You might have a crash, mate. Might smack your ugly head open. Might kill someone. Well, what am I supposed to do? Get a taxi?
That'll be $125, mate.
What? Just walk home, your boss.
G'day, Kev. What up to, mate?
Still walking home from last night.
Hey, you can get your missus to pick you up.
Will you get one? Very funny. Get Sammy to give me a ride home. No. It's only one thing for it, eh? Come on, Sammy. We'll all crash here tonight. Yeah.
Try the new Big Dippers meal. Delicious baked pizza strips covered in melted cheese and served with 5 tasty dipping sauces. Plus 2 large pizzas, all from just $24.95. Call Pizza Hut, the crowd leader.
21-13, the half-time score. As we get the second 40 underway. Can the Lions force a decider at Eden Park next weekend? Gallagher. Umaga. Henson makes a good, solid tackle. Jerry Collins. Carter. Collins again. Driven to the ground by Lewis Moody. Johnny Wilkinson is down and looking very sore in back play.
Roll off at 5.
Gingerly getting up, Johnny Wilkinson holding his shoulder. His arm. There he is.
Number 3 offside. Dan, number 3 offside.
Yeah, Julian White offside for the Lions. But this is a real concern for the Lions.
Well, let's see.
He doesn't look good.
Seems to be more, well, it's hard to tell whether it's his... On the left shoulder, there we go.
Again.
Well, he's had all sorts of problems, hasn't he, Johnny Wilkinson? Shoulder reconstruction, kept them out of the game for a hell of a long time. Pretty much the best part of 18 months.
Any wonder he has trouble with his shoulders, Hamish? He goes in so hard. Look at this. Boom. Oh. He threw his arm in there hard and straight away. Look at him. Oh, yeah, he's in agony.
Grimacing.
You'll see this end-on shot, and you'll see it for sure here. Boom.
Well, he never ignores the tough stuff, does he, Johnny Wilkinson?
Tana Umaga's a big, strong player, isn't he?
He thinks he might be all right to carry on.
Good stuff. That's great.
It looks like it was just the nerve that got knocked, guys, I think. When you throw yourself in that hard.
Yeah, I get a bit nervous about tackling Tana Umaga too, Bunsey. He's a pretty powerful runner.
Yeah.
But of course, from all this, you shouldn't ignore the All Blacks have the penalty shot at goal, which you would expect Daniel Carter.
Yes, courtesy
of,
from
here, the old adage about first points after half-time.
Courtesy of Julian White, Hamish, offside. The tight head prop for the Lions.
And he comes. Sweet as you like. Daniel Carter first points in the second half. And the All Blacks out to an 11-point advantage. Carter the penalty. So Johnny Wilkinson gutting it out at the moment. Total focus, total concentration from the All Black skipper. Even more of a test of character for the Lions now. Sivivatu.
Leave it red, Rock!
Penalty to the All Blacks. Kelleher getting on with the job. Still going, Byron Kelleher. Couple of minutes gone, second half. Umaga, Wilkinson again and with the tackle, but Umaga frees it to Carter.
Oh, great work from Carter, almost let it go and showed great control.
Pops out, Sivivaju comes into halfback. Ali Williams with the drive up towards the Lions 10-metre line.
Hands off. Hands off.
Good clear instructions from referee Andrew Cole. Rodney So'oialo. Carter is faced with one to beat. Puts the kick in behind. Daniel Carter, the man's a maestro.
He is the best in the game at the moment, Dan Carter. What wonderful skill. Going upstairs though. Just have a little peekaboo. Make sure the job's right.
He didn't have hold of the ball.
Did he have hold of the ball?
So look at this on the forward replay.
As we saw it, it was a clear try. And there was never any doubt about it. We called it. We'll stick with our call. He's a maestro. He's a magician.
So you're saying the ball was grounded? Try? Thank you. Time on.
It's a wonderful piece of rugby, isn't it? Wonderful skills from the All Blacks. Tana Umaga, this guy has played superbly in the 2 tests so far this year.
Look at that.
Or 3 tests now. But Dan Carter, absolutely brilliant, keeping the ball alive.
Yeah, just nice work out. Our loose forwards ranging out wide, and Rodney So'oialo doing nice work there to give Dan Carter a bit of space. And he knew exactly what he was going to do. One man to beat, close to the touchline, a little kick, and perfect.
And the thing is, Buncey, so many players are getting their hands on the ball that the skills and the handling of the All Black players is absolutely sensational tonight.
The skills are excellent, and there's really good support play. We're able to offload and tackles, continue on with the yardage.
Yes, the ability to keep the ball alive is amazing. There are so many times when that play could have just been killed dead.
Unbelievable conversion from Carter. Superb. Happy faces on the All Black bench. 31-13.
Just as we say how good this man is, he gets better. Fantastic stuff. He's got such pace too, hasn't he? He's not a big player, but he's strong, got the pace. And most of all, he just knows how to make the right decision at the right time.
Collins.
Onside.
Kelleher. Williams at first 5'8". Puts the kick down the throat of Josh Lucy. What was he doing? Don't know what he was thinking there, but Lions have possession in All Black territory, but the All Black defenders get there in numbers.
It's a real test now to see if the Lions can come back from this deficit.
Well, it's a pretty big sort of deficit. They'd have to score next.
Going to really see the character of the side now.
Yes, it's been a good start to the second half, hasn't it?
Well,
10 points in 5 minutes.
They've just gone up another gear, Buncey. Obviously, Graham Henry and co said the right things at half-time, and they've come out firing. Excellent scrum.
Rodney So'oialo. Carter. He's found some space in behind. Sivivatu giving chase. And in front of the kicker.
What do you want? What do you want? It's over there. Be quiet.
Oh, listen to Steve Thompson there.
What do you want?
Be quiet.
Penalty or scrum where he kicked it?
Well, Steve Thompson is the vice-captain, according to the program.
Back 10, number 11 in front.
Although he doesn't have much power, does he, until the captain goes off, so...
Well, he was trying to run the ship there.
Well, speaking was power, he had it all at that moment.
That's a lovely kick into the corner.
Who's
a couple of players there in front of the ball.
Who's halfback? Halfback. Yes, we've got it.
So this is interesting. Just there, Cole just asking who's the All Blacks halfback or receiver, as it's called. But the Lions have won a crucial throw, and they've got some momentum on here. A bit of forward grunt.
Leave it for.
Richie McCaw at the bottom of that. The All Blacks penalised for trying to bring it down.
Leave the ball, 7. Leave the ball. Leave the ball. Yeah, sure. Yep. I'm out.
So O'Connell is going to get some treatment.
Contact lens.
Haven't indicated as to what they'll do here yet, the Lions.
Oh, I'd love to see them go for the corner and back themselves, Hamish.
Richie with the taped up head. No headband at the moment. The headgear's gone. Stark contrast the faces of the two different sets of fans. Well, we've just seen a shot there, a beefy young Welshman, Graham Price's son. Here's the take from Easterby on the forward replay.
This is what we expected to see more of, though, Hamish. The Lions backing their forward power. They've hardly done any mauling, have they?
Well, they're going to get on with it. They're not going to take the 3 points. They're going to go for. Here's where you're going to see it, Paul.
Fantastic. Good on them backing themselves.
What can they cook up here?
It's good to see them with the confidence in the lineup for a change.
Paul O'Connell's been their go-to man tonight. Are they going to use him again? No, not on this occasion.
Down to Easterby. They've worked the line out before. They go with it again. A little bit of momentum here. Dwayne Peer, what can the backs do? Henson. Oh, great defence. Rico Gear coming through with the spot tackle. And if the All Blacks turn this over, I think they have Kelleher. Back with the Welsh. Drop forward, Gethin Jenkins. They try and shift it. That might have been a crucial turnover. Back for Shane Williams. Oh! Huge tackle from Ali Williams. Williams on Williams.
Well, Shane Williams has been dealt to a couple of times.
Slow it up.
And slowing the ball.
Get your hand off.
Well, the Lions are willing, but the All Black defence equal to the task at the moment.
I think the All Blacks took it quite seriously, the threat of Shane Williams, seeing him score 5 tries the other night, because twice in the last couple of minutes he absolutely got barreled. The All Black defence is coming up, getting in the face of the Lions, and turn defence into attack. We might see it again here on the forward replay. Oh, Rico Gear, a bumper.
Bang.
Yeah, it's not worrying Shane Williams too much, is it?
Oh, he's a tough player.
He certainly is.
But here's the second one. Ali Williams, that's 2. Beautiful.
Beautiful work in the air from Williams there too. Kelleher. Williams is down and injured in back play, taking a long time to get up.
Jerry Collins, he's done a great job tonight. He's offloaded and he's been powerful going forward.
Carter with the kick in behind. Gear giving chase on Williams. Oh, nice work. Little stepping Shane Williams.
Oh, great skills.
Lucy.
Well, you did say at Bunty it didn't worry him, and he showed some good skills there.
Wilkinson shifting it wide. Lewis Moody waiting out.
Obviously the Lions and Gareth Thomas, Pot Thomas has decided that they got nothing to lose. They got half an hour to pull the series back into some sort of shape for them.
Well, nice pass from Williams. Numbers here. Steve Thompson brushes off Ali Williams. Still going, Steve Thompson.
Now, this is better stuff.
Thomas. Out of Thomas trying to eye a bit of a gap. Richie McCaw, the tackler.
The ball's there.
There it is. A real go here between Julian White and Tony Woodcock, the opposing props.
Yeah, Julian White started the action. I think Tony Woodcock got a bit of a fright. Got dealt a couple to him.
I think it must have been something he said.
Maybe he had a bit of garlic bread for lunch. His breath upset him. Certainly pretty serious stuff in there.
Right, let's have a listen.
Yep, 3 red and 1 black. Just push and a shove and into it from there. Then everybody coming in to have a push and a shove. I'd have a quiet word to them to calm down. I'd also take the opportunity to have a word to red as well. What I spoke about before, that he had another little push down here as well. So he's inflaming things. I just played whatever your original it was, but have a word with 3 red, 2 red and 1 black.
3 red and 2 black.
2 red for the second.
Red started.
3 red and 1 black for the 2 black.
Yeah, Tony Woodcock took exception to the ruck on Byron Callagher from Julian White.
No, I don't think it was that even, Bull. I think he just cleaned him out of the side, and Julian White decides, we have a look here.
Yeah, that's what it was. Well, Tony Woodcock cleaned him out because he'd put one on...
Number 1.
No, I don't think it had anything to do with the rucking.
No, we disagree with you, Bunsey. We're watching it. We were watching it from here. There's Kelleher's gone down. Here he goes now. No, Woodcock's even in back play. We'll give you the. Well, does he watch this? Does he see this? Here's White. Yeah, no, see, Woodcock's seen that, and then he comes and blows White out the side here.
No, I'll have to disagree again. You don't need to react for something as pitiful as that.
No, we're not disagreeing with the action, Bunsey. Just the reaction.
Crouch and hold.
Oh, they get a chance to square off again in the scrum here to see who's the boss. To see who won that counter. Oh, a great scrum. Oh.
It is Willing.
Pulling around.
Gee, there's some feeling amongst those boys out there.
Just keep quiet. Just settle down.
There's certainly no love lost, is there?
He's copped a couple.
Looks like he's the loser.
Mustachioed one.
Gareth, I'm happy to work with number 2 if he's reasonable. Can you tell him to calm down?
Interesting to see that screwing the scrum. Somerville pulling rather than pushing.
And you can do that too, Hamish.
Yeah.
It's quite a common ploy to just try and spin it instead of pushing forward. Just pull it back, and if the opposition aren't expecting it, just swings the whole thing around.
Thompson, Easterby's been an excellent target for them. Gethin Jenkins off to Donica O'Callaghan. McCaw makes the tackle. Easterby 6 or 7 metres out. They need to score next, and they need to score plenty. Wilkinson, Thomas, Shane Williams hit hard.
Well, good defensive work again. Tana Umang at that time reading it perfectly well. And still the words go on.
Just stay out.
Yeah, they've picked off Shane Williams a few times on attack. They know he's a danger man. Because of that, they're getting up in his face. And there's not only one there, there's 2 or 3 of them. They just absolutely barreled him, didn't they, Bunsey? Just good go-forward defence.
Certainly do. Obviously, as you say, they've identified him as a threat and nullifying it.
3. On your angle.
Julian White there. You've got to keep the scrum square when you engage. He's going in on an angle as the call. So that's one up to Tony Woodcock. There's a bit of feeling in that scrum. There'll be a few words going on as well as the physical actions involved with the scrummaging. Pricey?
Yeah, from what I can see it, I think Woodcock is actually getting on top of the guy.
Tony Woodcock frustrating Julian White. That's the call from Graham Price. There's the other All Black prop there, young Campbell Johnston from the Crusaders.
Time out.
Paul O'Connell again having a few troubles with his contact lenses.
A lot of stoppage for contact lens in the Lions team, isn't there? We've seen that time after time after time.
Darren Whitcomb warming up on the cycle.
Step over,
Red. Well, Bunsey, these guys don't want to miss watching the All Blacks score their tries.
Red. Stay out.
Hey, don't go saying things like that, Bull Allen.
Oh, you've got to have a bit of fun, Hamish.
It's a long time till the big lady has a sing-song. Kelleher off for Carter. Leon McDonald. Of course on for the injured Aaron Major.
Roll away 4.
Kelleher. O'Connell makes the tackle.
You're off your feet.
Used to be.
Onside, no. Number 3.
All Blacks again with more possession, wide to Muliaina. Sivivatu. Can't free the pass. Gear across to Jerry Collins. Lewis Moody makes the tackle. Rico Gear. Tasted victory for the Maori against the Lions. Seems like months ago in Hamilton.
Sivivatu losing the ball here, advantage the Lions' way.
And the Lions will get a scrum. 15 minutes gone, second half, 31-13.
I've been impressed tonight, guys, with the way the All Blacks have got through a half gap and they've looked to unload, and on a few occasions hasn't been on. They've just held on to the ball, waited for the support to come to them and set it start again. I've been very impressed with their composure in those contact areas.
Slight advantage at territory, dominating possession, the All Blacks. Frank Bunce, sideline. Do you feel like there's 18 points in this one, Buncey?
Yeah, that's a difficult one, actually. Yes and no. The All Blacks have been playing, playing really well. But the intensity that the game's being played at, I mean, there's a lot of big hits going in. There's a lot of hard work. So, every point that they're ahead has been a hard point.
I think the thing is, Buncey, when the All Blacks have had the opportunity to score points, they've nailed it.
Yeah,
and that's why they've got this lead.
In the van for Ryan Jones as the scrum screws right through the 90.
It's just a tackle. Hey!
Oh, Paul O'Connell not happy in there. He's firing up big time. Yeah, I should say again, he's feisty.
Nothing to do with the colour of his hair.
Oh, it's a combination of things, mate. One test down the scoreboard at the moment and the colour of his hair, probably.
It's been a couple of times. Blood bin.
We're short of a couple of contenders for Fight for Life on Thursday night on 3 Sport.
It's been a couple of times.
We've seen 1 or 2 contenders, but he's going to have to get some attention here. Julian White, the cut above his eye.
Yeah, Graham Roundtree just taking his place.
Here he comes, the grizzled one, Graham Roundtree.
Yeah, we're right here. Hooker's over the mark.
So Jenkins moves over to the tight head side.
To crouch and hold.
Oh no, sorry. Roundtree's gone tight head, isn't he?
Yeah, Roundtree's will be a tight head.
Sorry, he's normally a loose head and he's just got dealt to there by Woodcock.
Roll away, 6, let it go, 7, let it go. Let it go.
Feet working in there.
Roll away. Stand up.
It is a brazen, to say the least.
Roll away. Yeah, you could get away. Get away.
Well, the Lions need to get a 7-pointer. A 31-20 scoreboard would put a whole new complexion on things.
Oh, the Lions quite within their rights there. If a player's going to lie all over the ball, they're trying to get him out. It's good play.
Too right you do.
They did it collectively. It's good honest stuff. Here he is, Jerry Collins. He makes the tackle in the forward replay. And, well, he's not trying too hard to get out of there, in fairness, is he? Perhaps he wishes he had now, but good rucking.
I don't think Payne registers on Jerry's radar too much.
Payne is his friend.
He's to be again. Bounce back into the hands of Lewis Moody. Need to see something from the Lions' backs. Aerial attack from Wilkinson. Forward pass across the Woodcock. Don't know how they missed that. It was about a metre forward. All Blacks get lucky with it. Carter.
Holding Black 5.
Huge punt.
Great stuff there from the All Black captain. Tana Umaga got the ball, just tried to, gives it back to Carter, get a bit of composure and get back into Lions territory. Great kick from Carter and smart play from Umaga.
It was a nice kick from Carter. I mean, he's gained them 40 or 50 metres. Lions again having to play out of their own half. So you're not going to score tries. Yeah, you're not going to score tries from way down here at this level.
And when you're behind by so much, Buncey, they've got to force the issue, don't they? So that's where mistakes happen.
Totally different storyline outside tonight. Just one each against the throw. 2-1 now, though. McCaw. Umaga puts the kick in behind, straight into the hands of Lucy, who reprised with a big punt down the park. Just bouncing away from Carter almost. Good chase from Lucy, but Carter pushes on two of them. Back down to Ryan Jones, just out from the 22. Wilkinson in trouble again. The same shoulder. Not releasing. This time as night's over.
Back you go, holding on. 3-on-1.
Johnny Wilkinson. The same shoulder. 6 tackles.
Oh, great stuff here from Dan Carter in the forward replay. See you later, Josh Lucy. See you later, Johnny Wilkinson. That's great play under pressure from the first 5. And, yeah, just not releasing there. The All Blacks had a lot more numbers. Jones got isolated, and you're always going to be under pressure when you get isolated.
Yeah, that's happening more and more. We seem to be under pressure trying to clear the ball from those situations. Whereas the All Blacks, they win it sweetly every time.
So Stephen Jones will come into the action. The Welsh first 5-8. Johnny Wilkinson's night, maybe his tour is over.
He's tried his heart out, Johnny Wilkinson, hasn't he? He always gives his best.
He does. He certainly gives 110% every time. So too this guy, Daniel Carter. It's the Black fans that go up. Carter nails the penalty. 34-13. So Stephen Jones, the replacement player for Johnny Wilkinson, the Welshman. 5 Welsh backs out there now, starting to, well, resemble the Six Nations Championship team. Backline anyway. Paul Allen's just had his calculator out. What is it? 24 points for this man tonight. Jerry Collins.
It's a rock.
Knock back, clear call from referee Andrew Cole. Byron Kelleher having a bit of a look. Comes back towards the tram lines.
He backs himself, and he's such a powerful player, Byron Kelleher.
Jimmy Core. Umaga. Muliaina. McDonald.
Easterby's got that one, I think.
Yeah, there might be a turnover in here. Oh.
On your feet. It's coming back that side, hands over.
Penalty to the Lions. Will they drill the corner, or will they look to get on with it here? 19 minutes.
Are you the captain? I like that. In other words, be quiet. Julian White, he's back on. He's been patched up.
Half back.
That's where Johnny Wilkinson injured his shoulder. It's the attempted tackle on Dan Carter.
Don't come in.
Lions really need to score now if they're going to have any chance of getting back into this test match.
Well, O'Connell, he took that brilliantly, then he shoveled it down like an absolute meathead. He just need to have better control of the ball. I don't know what he's thinking there. He did so well. And it's been a bit of a problem tonight. On a few crucial occasions, the Lions have not treated their possession as well as they could have.
Both on.
Sad side of Johnny Wilkinson. He's had better nights here.
It's just about having a bit of composure and being a little bit patient, Hamish. I mean, he had complete control, and you're dead right. All he had to do is just force the ball down gently. It's not an issue. He had all the time in the world.
Hit straight. No waiting. Here it is.
Thomas here. Big strong centre and the captain. taking it up.
Right, Nostradamus, The Rock, Frank Bunce, what will they do here? Reasonable attacking situation.
Too many options, Hamish.
Well, give us one, Frank, come on.
Backline, mate, backline.
I reckon they might get a free kick. Gee, there's a lot of discussion going on between Julian White and Tony Woodcock.
Well, the guys with the highest IQ, I suppose, spend a fair bit of time chatting.
Leave it, throw away the ball.
I'm sure they'll get on famously in the bar afterwards.
Stephen Jones, Lewis Moody, McCaw and Mayalamu combined for the Moody sandwich. Jason Robinson, Ali Williams with another super hit. Nice ball protection from Robinson. Stephen Jones, Thompson out wide. Jones, Julian White, hammer time.
6, leave it.
Might have been a dangerous tackle in there.
Roll away, Red.
Dwayne Peel. Whoa! Kelleher makes another desperate tackle. Lions realising that the series could be gone if they don't get a try very, very soon. It would be an amazing escape if they could. Here they go. Gareth Thomas. Strong run from the skipper.
Leave it, Black 7, leave it. Leave it, 3.
All Black defence set. Shane Williams, O'Connell, 17 metres out. Julian White. Oh, unfortunate. And here comes the touch judge in for the Jerry Collins tackle.
Yep. Last movement here. One of the red players didn't get his number and passed the ball. 6 Black late tackle.
I didn't see it. You got a recommendation?
I'd penalise him, have a word to him. Okay.
That's all?
Yeah,
6 players.
Just here on about
Just
the 5,
here?
just over here. 6.
So Jerry Collins will be spoken to. I don't think there'll be too much in it. Justin Marshall and
Tackle was late
Sione
and lazy. All right.
warming up.
What's your timing?
It's hardly worth bothering about that, was it?
10. 10 metres.
Not a lot in it, Frank.
10.
Not to
the
mention the
Lions.
fact that it happened 5 minutes ago.
She's
6 and 9.
So Kelleher and Collins have done their job tonight. Marshall and Loaki come into the action. Sione Loaki.
I think Jerry Collins is an absolutely outstanding game. I think he's gone to another level in the tests he's played this year. He's been awesome. And the crowd really appreciate his effort.
He's raising his fist to the crowd, a big salute. He's happy with his night.
Okay, attacking line-out for the Lions. We'll get a word from you in a moment, Frank, on the performance of Byron Kelleher, but we'll stay with the line-out. O'Connell up, set for the drive. Donica O'Callaghan right on the shoulder of his countryman. Body position a little bit high at the moment. Teal looking to work the short side for Easterby as he end. They're going to have a look.
Mark, are you there?
Time to go upstairs. Whoa, converted try here.
Just check the grounding and touching goal for us.
I thought there was plenty of corner flag in that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought Easterby did very well. He got himself in a position to be of use. He ran out there and he made the call.
Well, here we go. No. Gee, that's close.
Well, he just couldn't quite see the sideline.
I think that might be a try, to be perfectly...
Yeah, looks like a try to me.
Yeah, Graham Price is calling it a try, and I don't think it... Well, be hard not to give it because the flag hasn't been taken out, has it? Ball on the line is what's required before he comes in contact with the flag or the touchline. And on that angle, it could well be a try. Now, this.
Time on.
The try is awarded to Simon Easterby. Well, initially I thought it was a try, then I went a bit windy on it. But another look, and there's no doubt about it. A man who couldn't even make the original tour party a replacement now. Stephen Jones has a chance to kick the sideline conversion. He's pushed it to the right. 34-18. Simon Easterby's had a huge night in the line-out. He's been one of their real targets there, and now he gets a try.
Great body position from him in the forward replay. Look how low he is. Two defenders coming across. Did everything right. Ball under the right wing. And away he went into the corner. Great stuff.
And it was just at the right time as well. It's a shame about the conversion, but at least we're fighting back at the moment.
Well, Justin Marshall, they've got plenty of work to do. The All Blacks just, they wouldn't want to let the Lions in again. 15 minutes or so is an awful long time in a game of rugby union, and you're seeing it at its very best here tonight. 3-on-3.
Holding red, holding 5.
Yes, Justin Marshall's a good replacement to bring on. He offers a lot in experience. All Blacks going to be under huge pressure in this last part, so really his experience and his knowledge is going to hold him in good stead.
Not coming out of there. We'll have a scrum, basically centre of the field. Metre in Lions territory.
There, get up first.
Could be a change coming up in the All Black front row with Darren Whitcomb about to get into the action. Possession 60-40 in favour of the All Blacks. Territory basically dead even.
Good hit there from the All Black scrum. Justin Marshall not prepared to put the ball in. Plenty of chat going on in those scrum engagements, Pricey. It's all action, especially in the talking stakes.
Keep it steady,
Well,
Greg.
that's right, yeah, they're certainly putting a lot of effort in.
Shoulder on, 7.
Pretty solid on the loose here, Tony Woodcock. Carter. Easterby makes the tackle eventually.
The Lions struggling to bring Carter down again.
Here's Tony Woodcock.
Let it go, Rock!
Sione Loaki. Played for the Pacific Islanders against the All Blacks last year. Had a huge night on that occasion at Albany. Richie McCaw driven back. Carter. Lucy.
Holding 6. 6. Stop. You're right now.
Leon McDonald. Sivivatu. Gear. Nobody back there. Oh, Jason Robinson. Tend to slip over.
Let it go, Red. Let it go. Let it go.
It's All Black ball. Marshall. Mealamu. Numbers. McDonald. Carter. Daniel Carter. A superstar. A superstar of world rugby. Start checking the record books.
29 points with the conversion to come. Well, the All Blacks had numbers galore in the forward replay. Mealamu did very well here. They just used the ball wide, and Dan Carter, well, he just backed himself as we've seen him do all night. Just steps inside Lucy, I think it was, and scores the try, Butsy.
Yeah, Easterby there trying. He knew they were short in numbers, tried to come out and snap at the move. Josh Lucy, though, always going to be difficult for him with 3 attackers on him. And Daniel Carter just stepped inside and on his way to the line. Great play, though. They did all the hard work a bit earlier and left themselves with the overlap out to the left.
So Carter looking to convert his own try. 29 points, hardly ever 29 points combined between the All Blacks and Lions in a test match. He's done it on his own.
Okay,
and
31.
he gets some more. 41, plays 18.
And Whitcomb's on for Mealamu as we get another chance to look at this glorious try from Dan Carter in the forward replay. Boy, this guy's got it all. He's an absolute superstar, no doubt about that. Well, there's been a few superstars for the All Blacks tonight. They have played superbly and they've had to. The Lions have tested them and they have answered the call.
Yeah, they've got to turn these big guns for the Lions tonight, and in particular Carter, I mean, that try just capped his performance.
Hold the phone, Pricey. Here's Sione Luaki. Luaki up towards the 22. Numbers again. Tipped on. Out to Muliaina. Sivavatu and support. So to Umaga. Umaga back to Carter. Don't tell me he's going to get another. Just dragged out and loses it forward. The most points a player for an All Blacks has ever scored in a try in a test in Wellington is 7. This bloke scored 22 more, Carter.
Well, Sione Luaki, look at this on the forward replay. Oh, wouldn't that be a fearsome sight coming at you? That was a wonderful run. And Ms. Muliaina here, the All Blacks once again just interchanging and interpassing beautifully.
Oh, bring on Paris 2007.
Something special's happening.
Just in amongst all that, fellas, Gavin Henson's been taken off. Shane Horgan's gone on.
Once again, the Lions trying to take the quick tap and being pinged for not taking it behind the referee on the mark.
41-18. Well, the way the game started, you wouldn't read about this score. It's a Lions team that turned up to play and have given it everything.
Well, they have, and it's brought the best out in the All Blacks, hasn't it, Hamish? That's what we wanted to see the All Blacks tested. They were tested early and they've answered the call, plus some.
Ma'anonu going to get another chance.
So Ma'anonu, after being put on as a replacement in the first half, then pulled off because obviously there was a mistake in the breakdown in communication. He comes on to replace Silavini Sivavatu, and he'll get a chance to share in the spoils of a series victory. Still one test to come, but it'll be where the Lions play for pride and an otherwise dead rubber. Darren Whitcomb.
Oh, beautiful to watch. They're having some fun, these All Blacks now. Just displaying some wonderful skills.
Marshall, Darren Whitcomb.
Leave it 7.
12 or so metres out. Carter. There's Tony Woodcock. Ma'anonu. Peel makes the tackle.
Ball was out. Let it go. Let it go now.
Roundtree, is it? Coming in there and snaffling that away.
Good work from Roundtree, the replacement loose head prop.
Penalty to the Lions.
Let the ball go. Let the ball go.
Peel. Julian White. Thompson up the middle.
He's had a strong game in the open field, as well as his line-out throwing being a huge improvement there tonight.
The Lions are going to go down having a crack at least. Williams. Brilliant skills. Oh. Look at the mix of emotions on those faces, Bull Allen. One or two, though. In fact, most of them have still got a smile, and that's been the beautiful thing about this tour, hasn't it? Frank Bunce, the way that the British and Irish Lions fans have just so enjoyed themselves here. Of course, not going their way on the scoreboard.
Oh, certainly, Hamish. I mean, there's been nothing but praise from all quarters, from everywhere, about the way the fans and supporters of the Lions have held themselves. It's been a pleasure.
Well, they'll be disappointed with the series loss, Buncey, but one thing about these Lions supporters, they know their rugby, and they know quality when they've seen it. They've seen it here tonight from the All Black team.
John O'Gibbs into the action. Straight away. With a big...
The ball's there.
Two-handed take. Marshall, Luaki. Luaki to So'oialo.
Leave it now.
Richie McCaw, a champion. Darren Whitcomb. Only 7 metres out.
Let it go. Bandage. Slowing it up.
Umaga.
Let it go, Red.
Muliaina. Williams. Woodcock. Up into the tackle of Jason Robinson. still about 17 metres out. McCaw. So'oialo. Pops it up to Umanga. A little grubber in behind. For Carter to chase. Only inches away from another try.
Onside, 15. Advantage.
Advantage to the All Blacks here.
Number 2, stay out.
So'oialo wants a piece of the action.
Well, he's got to blow it up. Those Lions players are just lying there, not even attempting to get away after they've blown through.
You got to play it.
They just lay there like stunned mullets.
Well, that's how they must feel, Bull.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, Carter nearly got another one.
Here we go again.
Let it go, 6. You're off your feet. Let it go. Number 8. Number 8 last week.
So'oialo runs into Thompson. Richie McCaw as Julian White comes through on him. Richie McCaw.
It's a try.
A try. Another try. They're knocking on the door of 50.
Well, Julian White looked to have Richie McCaw. Sort of stopped in his tracks for a moment. And he just showed his power. How are these guys feeling? They must be gutted. Great build-up work, though. Dan Carter almost getting in there for his third. And here we see Richie McCaw just drive it on over in the forward replay. Good strength from the outside flanker. Pretty to watch, Bunsey.
Time out. You're right, or you want
Tony Woodcock has come to the sideline as Dan Carter prepares to try and add another couple. So Campbell Johnston has taken the field in his place.
So Carter. Bull, how's your tally up going with Dan Carter's 7 points? I can't believe that. The previous highest score by an All Black in a test in Wellington against the Lions, 7. Carter just keeps racking them up. The flags go up. Carter the conversion. Tally it up, Bull.
You need to remind me to bring the calculator next time.
Yeah, it's stretching it a bit, isn't it? 48-18. Shane Byrne into the action. McCaw goes over for the try on the forward replay. Just a little bit of concern for Daniel Carter there. His left shoulder.
Rock! Ball was out. Ball's out. Advantage, lost forward. Lost forward. Lost forward.
So he goes to the sideline getting some treatment. Daniel Carter.
Well, we hope that's nothing too serious.
Hopefully nothing too serious, but well, one would imagine even if it's not, he won't perhaps take a part next week because it is a dead rubber. But the Lions, well, gee, next weekend, you just don't know what they're going to be able to offer.
Well, the
Lewis Moody, this is better. O'Connell late in the piece.
Onside.
Two or 3 metres out. The Lions tried everything tonight. They certainly offered a hell of a lot more than last week, and unbelievable when you look at the scoreboard as they crash towards the line.
Shane Byrne thought it was a try. He was trying to impose that idea on the referee's mind.
Closing it on full time, so Clive Woodward, he casts a lonely figure.
Can't do any more now.
How will he be feeling compared to a certain night in Sydney not too long ago when he was top of the pops? So in the dying seconds of this, the Lions throwing everything at it. But they have been well and truly pummeled in this. 48-18. An All Black side that is just coming together beautifully under Messrs Henry, Hansen and Smith. Seems to be the combination is perfect. But remember, of course, the Tri-Nations is to come. We sort of forget. We've sort of been so hyped up by this whole Lions tour, and there's a third test to come. Let's not forget that. Then there's the Tri-Nations, and then we're off to the Northern Hemisphere at the end of the year for an old-fashioned Grand Slam tour. Well, and I know that we'll be catching up with our good mate Graham Price in Cardiff. Well, I think that Pricey might reckon the Welsh side might give the All Blacks a bit more of a tickle up than the Lions have.
Well, you never know, but what you've got to remember is Henry and Hansen learned their skills in Wales.
The Welsh Cuba, there to the bitter end. Fair enough.
That's not a bad comeback when you're 48-18 down, Price.
That's a great comeback. That's the comeback of a front row. This bloke has got no comeback on this tour, so Clive Woodward. Teal.
Let it go, Black. 19 onside.
Pass to nobody. Williams plucks it out. Been a different night for him. Playing the All Blacks as opposed to Manawatu. Jones. Jones on the double around. Umaga makes the tackle with McDonald. O'Connell going nowhere at the moment, the Lions, as we close in on full time. The kick in behind from Thomas. Here it goes to Marshall. Oh, a little bit of silly stuff there off the ball, didn't matter. Time is up, and they'll have one last go. The hooter goes. The All Black fans stand, salute, cheer their men. Lions one last crack at it. Here they go through O'Connell up the middle.
Rock, hands off, Black.
Peel, Stephen Jones, Gareth Thomas, Shane Williams, driven back in the tackle.
Let it go.
Again. Here they go. Might be turnover ball. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent on this Lions side to make them what Sir Clive Woodward described as the best prepared side ever, and they've been made to look like a two-bob watch. 48-18, Bull Allen, a magnificent All Black performance.
Well, this All Black team has gone up a gear from last year, and I think the Lions tested them early and have brought the best out of the All Blacks team, and they just showed they've got plenty more in the tank, and they're only going to get better.
Oh, Graham Price, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm very impressed with the All Blacks, obviously, but I think the Lions tried their hardest today. It was a total turnaround from Christchurch last week, particularly with the line-out. I think every man worked his socks off.
They certainly did. They gave it everything to the Lions tonight, but they've met an All Black side brimming with confidence and really in tune. A fantastic effort. 48-18, the final score at the Cake Tin.
Yes, what a sensational second test. So they've done it. Terrific night for Tana's team. They've sealed the series. We'll take a break on 3 Sports. Stay with us. All the reaction coming up from the players right after this. Welcome back to 3 Sport. We started our telecast tonight with stories of success and failure. And this is the story of success, and there's the sad face of failure tonight. But a sweet moment for Henry's heroes. And look at the emotion of the All Blacks, Tana Umaga and his players. They were really pumped up, and they have delivered tonight a series victory. 2-0 against the might of the British and Irish Lions. It's the All Blacks who have done the business. Welcome back to 3 Sport Free for All. 48-18, a record-breaking night for Daniel Carter. Is he going to be your All Black of the night? 33 points, that's the most by an All Black against the Lions. Of course, some other magnificent performances, so don't forget to vote for your favourite All Black. We'll find out those 3 lucky winners coming up with the Ford All Black experience. But what an experience tonight, a 20-point hiding for the Lions. Let's take a look at the highlights with Hamish Mackay.
An absolute veritable feast of highlights. Gareth Thomas with the early try. Then it was the All Blacks striking back through the skipper, Talarumanga, after some great work by Carter. Sinaviti Sivavatu with the freakish ball skills. Lovely to watch. The All Blacks on fire. Dan Carter, the magician. Another freak in the All Black side. What a night he had. Simon Easterby got one back. Another one. The second try for the Lions. Good reward for him. He had a top night. But really, it was the night of the man in the shining black jerseys. And this guy in particular had a super game. Daniel Carter, outstanding. Richie McCaw, VC, vice captain, victorious, courageous, outstanding. What a win for the All Blacks. In the end, they're dominating the territory and possession. Pretty even, though, really, through most of the statistics. A much better night in the line-out for the Lions, but it all added up to a great, comprehensive, series-winning victory for the All Blacks. 48-18. Over to you, Clint Brown.
Yes, it certainly was a sensational second test here tonight. I know you're smiling at home. Let's get the reaction now of the man who finished this match with heaps of mana. That's the All Black captain, Tana Umaga. He scored the first try for the men in black tonight. And now he has that series win against the Lions. And right now he's with our man, Frank Bunce.
Tana, congratulations, mate. Test series victory against the Lions don't come around that often. Great performance out there tonight by the boys.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, the challenge was up for us this week to finish it off, and we've done that, and we've done it I feel convincingly, and it feels good. You know, we've got a lot of happy boys who have put in a lot of hard work in these last couple of months. So you know, we've still got one test to go, and you know, we're still looking to be successful there as well.
And that was the aim tonight, to go out there and put paid to the series tonight. You didn't want to go into Auckland sort of you know, under pressure with the series at 1-1.
No, we didn't. We wanted to go out there and express ourselves and play the rugby that we felt we could play. You know, obviously, as usual, Wellington put on the weather for us, and the crowd came out as it does for Wellington. And you know, we felt that we everything was there for us to do the job, and it was. Yeah,
I thought the line breaks, the support play, offloading and tackles, it was awesome tonight. I mean, everyone played a huge hand in it.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're just getting to know how each other can play, and you know. I can't say much more than, you know, it's just an unbelievable feeling, as you'd know, Senor, just to have won the series, to win so well, and you know, have a bit of fun doing it.
Well, congratulations, mate. Get back to the team and enjoy yourselves, and we look forward to next Saturday.
Cheers, Senor.
So there you have it. Tana Umaga, a very happy and victorious captain tonight for the All Blacks. 4 years ago when he was coach of the Lions, he won the first test, ended up losing the series, but not tonight. So let's get the reaction of the super successful All Black coach tonight, Graham Henry.
Graham Henry, this is probably a stupid question. A series win against the Lions doesn't come around very often, but you must be very, very proud.
Oh, yeah, I thought they played superb today. Under a lot of pressure, showed a lot of composure to come back after a different start. The Lions played very well early on and played some great rugby. I'm delighted with them. I thought they were outstanding.
They were outstanding. I mean, it was exciting to watch sitting on the sideline, a big grin on my face. But, I mean, the Lions did start well. There wasn't any surprise for you, though, was it?
Oh, no. They played with a lot more character this week than they did last week, I thought. Just that our guys went up a couple of notches as well, especially after the start, where the Lions played so well. So that was, you know, I just think it showed the character of the team as well as the ability of the team.
It has been a pretty tough week goings on off the field. Main job for you during the week, maybe complacency. I mean, there's been a little bit of talk about that.
Oh, I don't think we were complacent. I think they played with a lot of passion early. We didn't defend too well, lacked numbers on occasionally. So, no, they just took advantage of our poor play early on and defensively, really. I don't know who the defence coach is, Frank.
And in the second half, I mean, you guys came out and you scored, I think, 10 points in the first 5 minutes, and then it really just shut shop from there.
Yeah, critical. First 10 minutes after the first half. Daniel Carter was quite outstanding and took every opportunity, kicked every goal, I think. Had a superb game.
Just on the tackling, I thought defensively, I mean, organised as ever, but in terms of technical, the hits, I mean, some big hits going out there on crucial times.
Yeah, we improved as the game went on. Defended very well second half, I thought. First 10 minutes was a bit questionable.
Bit questionable. Graham, congratulations.
Thanks, Frank.
We're looking forward to next Saturday in Eden Park.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're not. Okay, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers.
Yes, Graham Henry there talking to Frank Bunsen. That was his, sweet moment of revenge after losing that Lions series a couple of years ago. Was this Clive Woodward's Waterloo? Stick with us on 3 Sport. When we come back, we'll get the reaction of the Lions coach, and also we'll give you a chance to vote for your All Black Player of the Match. And what a match at the stadium. Stay with us on 3. DC, wasn't he on fire tonight? The All Black first 5. Welcome back to 3 Sport, the post-match from the stadium tonight. 48-18, and the All Blacks have done the business, wrapped up the series in the DHL Lions series. And, of course, we're joined by Grant Fox, one of the great All Black first 5s. What was your take on Daniel Carter tonight, mate? Outstanding, wasn't he?
He was absolutely outstanding right across the park. In his general play and his goal kicking, he only missed one shot at goal tonight to go with the general play, which was quite superb.
We take a look at some of the highlights of Daniel Carter. First of all, this is his first try here. Just so cool and just slipping past the elbow.
That is skill, unbelievable skill. I mean, he is a world-class player now. It was only a matter when it happened. He was always on his way. Well, the when happened tonight. Look at him. He's got speed, he's got vision, he's got good hands, he's strong, he can offload, he defends well, he's got good speed. He's the complete package.
2 tries tonight for Daniel Carter, 33 points. That's a record against the Lions. So a magnificent performance by Daniel Carter. Let's take a look now at some of the other standouts tonight. First of all, with the Telecom stats.
Get the latest intelligence from Telecom Stats and unite for victory.
And Foxy, we take a look at the battle of the hookers tonight. Kevin Mialami and also Steve Thompson. How did they shake up, brother?
Well, it was a pretty even battle, really, across the park. And let's remember that all 4 hookers got on the park, both from each side. And if we first go to the tackle area, historic average 8.75. They both, well, the 4 of them made 8 each. Kevin Mialamu missed a couple, no turnover tackles. So pretty even across the battle there. In the contact area, well, 6.5 is the historic average. Mialamu made 5, which is low for him. No offloads, which again is very unusual. 5 for the Lions hookers, and they got 1 offload. So they won the offload battle, which is unusual. It's not a stat that's been in favour of the Lions on this tour. In the breach area, well, no tackle breaks, no line breaks for the All Black hookers. 1 breach by Steve Thompson, 1 line break, I should say, by Steve Thompson. So again, Thompson perhaps came on top in that battle. Clean-outs on attack, historic average of 10. The All Blacks made 10, they're right on that. The Lions hookers, 13. 4 on defence against 2, and no turnovers won by either side. In the error department, handling errors, that was 0 and 0. Good conditions tonight. 1 penalty given away by the Lions. Lost possession, 3 by the All Blacks and 2 by the Lions. And we go into the position specific, and this was interesting. Lost on the own throw, 2 apiece. So the Lions were much more competitive and solid tonight on their line-out. Both through very straight, which was great. The All Blacks won 9 line-outs against the Lions 12. Now, interesting in the team stats, territory 51-49, possession 55-45, so the All Blacks are only just ahead there. Tackles, this is the interesting one. The Lions missed 25 out of 153, so that stat is well below the 90% needed. The All Blacks only missed 8, so that's above the 90%. 10 errors to the All Blacks, only 8 to the Lions. Turnovers conceded, the Lions 20, the All Blacks 13. So those stats really, from a team point of view, really pretty much went in favour of the All Blacks right across the park.
So that's how the story of the stats, the Telecom stats, saw the hookers unite for victory tonight. And finally, Foxy, just a great performance by also the fans in the stand. I mean, there's been so much about the Barmy Army, but to see all the fans stand in black and sing away and just, you know, worship Henry's heroes tonight was outstanding, wasn't it?
The atmosphere was electric, wasn't it, right throughout the game. And I've got to say the All Blacks they're the better team right across the park. They're more physical, they're more skillful, they play the game with a greater tempo, and simply they're better coached too.
Well, the guy who actually scored the first try tonight was the Welshman, the Lions captain, Gareth Thomas. They started with a hiss and a roar. They thought they might be onto a good thing. It turned out to be a losing thing. Let's get his reaction now, once again with Frank Bunce.
Gareth Thomas, I guess in terms of results, disappointing, but you must be very proud of the performance.
Oh, mate, and that's what's important today. You know, sometimes you got to hold your hand up and you're not a good enough team, but, you know, as long as you try for the full 80 minutes, and, you know, I'm not afraid of losing. I'm afraid of not trying, and the guys not for 1 minute doing that game today, not try.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, all the changes, I think there were 11 guys out there, you know, different from last weekend, but every single one of them put their hand up and really gave it their all.
Yeah, and you know, obviously we wanted to come here, we wanted to win tonight. But as well, we just wanted to prove to ourselves, you know, that we back each other and we support each other. And like I say, we've come off that field today behind on the scoreboard, but, you know, I think the guys can be proud of what they've done, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
It was a huge start for you. I mean, a great try for yourself. You must have been quite surprised when it opened up like that.
Yeah, you know, it's my first ever try against New Zealand, and, you know, it's probably, you know, one of the biggest gaps there'll ever be in a New Zealand defence, and, you know, I'm sure they'll tighten it up come next week. But, you know, it was a great start for us. But, you know, the game's for 80 minutes, and we want a good enough team for the full 80.
Well, now there's another one to go next week. I'm sure you'll be out looking to well, I guess, restore some sort of pride, and I'm not saying that lightly. But, you know, we're all looking forward to next week. You'll be coming out with a hiss and a roar, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. You know, we're proud guys. You know, we're playing for the British Lions. It's the pinnacle of our career. And, you know, the series might be over, but, you know, we still got pride to play for. And that's the reason why a lot of us play rugby.
Awesome. Thanks for talking to us, mate, and see you next week.
And stay with us on 3 Sport. We're going to get reaction from Sir Clive Woodward in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the All Black forward man of the match, and it's, of course, Daniel Carter. Congratulations to our 3 winners of the Forward All Black experience. We'll be checking out the boys at training before the Tri-Nations test in Auckland, and everyone who enters goes in for the draw to win that grand prize, the Forward Territory. So that's the Forward All Black experience tonight. A great experience for Daniel Carter. The experience behind us, well, the real message is this territory is still All Black country, and we'll get the reaction to Sir Clive Woodward when we come back, so stay with us. Sensational night on the second test, and there's the photograph that's going to go right around the world tomorrow, showing the mighty men in black, showing them and their smiles of victory, how they sealed the DHL Lions series 2-0 with 1 to go. Welcome back to 3 Sport, the post-match from the stadium tonight. 48-18, the All Blacks have done the business over Sir Clive Woodward's Lions, who came back with lots of pride and passion. Let's get his reaction now, the losing coach, who's under the stands with Frank Bunce.
Sir Clive, in terms of a result, I'm sure it's very disappointing, but in terms of performance, and I know it's no consolation, but you must be very happy with what you saw there tonight.
I thought it was a great test match, and obviously the New Zealand team is an outstanding team at the moment. But I'm just really proud of everyone in the dressing room. I mean, we were very disappointed after the first test in Christchurch, where I think, you know, it wasn't obviously quite right. Tonight the effort from the guys was just fantastic. So I'm proud of all of them. You know, we got on the wrong side of the scoreline. I think the scorelines were a bit harsh in terms of the way the game went. But, you know, you've got to just hold your hand up. We lost fair and square, and I've been into the New Zealand dressing room and spoken to them all and just said, well done. We're playing against an outstanding team here. But the effort from the guys was fantastic, and, you know, Gareth Thomas has just done a wonderful job all week since the O'Driscoll injury to keep everyone focused. And you know, we've got a big week coming up now, and it's important we enjoy New Zealand, which we've been doing, and look forward to the Auckland game and the final test match.
I'm sure you'll be going up to Auckland with the same mindset. I mean, you'll be trying to get a little bit of, I guess, pride back, if I can use that word. It's going to be a huge test up in Auckland again.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's getting pride back. I think, you know, I've got a lot of pride. I think the team's got a lot of pride, and I think that the biggest thing is we've got to enjoy the last week in New Zealand and walk around with the heads high, which I intend to do, and I think everyone will do, because it was a huge performance tonight. I think everyone here realises that. It was a great test match, great start from the Lions, and, you know, we just seemed to lose it after that 10 minutes. There was like a 10-minute spell where we let the New Zealand team back into it. But, you know, there were some decisions in the second half where we could have built the score. But I think, you know, credit to the guys there. They went for the tries and went for the scores, and it was a great test match. I think everyone enjoyed it.
Excellent. Thank you very much for talking to us, Clive.
Cheers.
And after Sir Clive's tribe head to Auckland, of course, after that, he's going to be heading off to the Southampton Soccer Club. And when you think the way the All Blacks sort of socked it to them tonight, perhaps Sir Clive may be looking forward to a change of code. Right, let's take a look at what's still to come on 3 Sport. We've got plenty of rally action tomorrow on Chic Quattro Arena with rally highlights from Rotorua. Rugby first at 5. Our special guest is Jeremy Guscott. We're back with highlights of the midweek game against Auckland on Tuesday. Don't forget, fight fans, Thursday night, it's the Fight for Life, as the former All Blacks, led by our very own Frank the Rock Bunce take on the former British and Irish Lions. So that should be a great night of boxing on Thursday night. And we'll be back to wrap it all up, the third and final test from the Garden of Eden next Saturday night on 3 Sport. But on behalf of the team here at the stadium tonight, I'm Clint Brown. It's been a magnificent night, the night that Tana and the team sealed the series. Booyah.
DHL Lion Series on 3. Proudly brought to you by Ford.